jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Can you talk about that?
We're not going to get into the details of 4 hours of police work, but I can tell you their movement was rapid.
Here's what's going to happen.
Had many incidents where we've lost police officers and against high-powered weapons. So I refer you to 2009, Detective Mark Denardo lost his life.
Forgive me,
2009.
Two bad guys.
I met my wife in 2009.
Right now, preliminarily, we believe they're both male.
Okay, so there was some reports before that it was a female and a male, but you're saying it's just a...
Preliminarily, we believe they're both male.
You know what that means, right?
There was some...
Of course you know what that means. Listen. Stephen James Deshawn, he did some videos about my wife, right? He was trying to push her as a transgender. And then me as I don't know, like the leader of it or something. In gematria, my name, Robin Henry Tees, comes out the 914H, of course, because that's the trick. You punch in H, and that's the magic, you know, hocus pocus, abracadabra, that they can mix whatever words together. It said dead thief tried to run or flee from police. All right? With Jersey City and how they're talking about it being down John F. Kennedy Boulevard. They were showing you Wegmans Street. Before that, the Pensacola shooting was telling me, well, whoever, you know, they're talking directly to you. So because I understand it, I'll just say they're talking directly to me. He said if you're over there in Warrington, you have no business coming over here, so just stay away. All right, just stay away from Warrington. That's exactly where I'm from, Warrington. There's still... I remember one time that... Oh, Steve, didn't you have a dream? Oh my goodness, you did have a dream. Ah, just like Martin Luther King had a dream, right? Oh, man. Martin Luther King Boulevard. Hey, isn't Martin Luther King? Isn't that day coming up on January 20th of 2020? Isn't the ML, the LM, isn't that in that Psalms writing in Petcoat too, with the P and the S and then the A, the PA? The kids in the school at Jersey City, I gotta start remembering this batch now. This batch all came all at once. That's the whole point. They want you to forget about it and just move along, but that's a pretty cool looking tattoo there. They want you to just, you know, just run along, all right? Well, first of all, when you live in Warrington and you have the Washington, the Warrington, the war ring on, the Abraham Lincoln is being talked about nonstop. Paul Begley doing another thing today. Stephen Fletcher doing another one the other day. The referencing of the JFK, the assassination, John F. Kennedy Boulevard, Trump, the impeachment. The two witnesses are dying left and right. Everywhere you look, whatever story, it's two people, Adam and Eve. But yet, at where I'm getting with the story is, there's two witnesses. Well, I mean, two people, 5 altogether, that died. 2 bad, and then 3 were good, apparently. So I believe the suspects died. I think. I mean, the story keeps changing, but I'm just telling you what they're saying right now, because it's the whole point, to have multiple stories. These two man and woman duo, Bonnie and Clyde, and well, Adam and Eve, okay, they're one. That's why they're saying, well, we're not sure if it's one or two. It could be two, but then, well, if it's two, well, we're not sure if it's man or guy or whatever. I mean, who knows which one it is. So they leave it open for interpretation. But the two witnesses have been, or at least one, has been neutralized. And then you can interpret that how you want. I interpret neutralized as strike one, strike two. At least, that's the very least. Also neutralized as like the man stealer, because that Philadelphia man stealers, apparently there's people coming to steal me when this event happens. But I can't prove anything when they lock me up for saying that me and my wife, we started at Wegmans and tried to rob Wegmans in Warrington on the appointed day. And then what happened was we drove all the way up to Philadelphia for some reason. And because me and my wife have already walked through the hot spot, which is the William Penn building, we're already on camera. The sign says it, they will record you, and whatever. I'm recording people too as I'm just walking, but not like people, but people aren't the ones I'm recording. Let me rephrase that. I'm recording what I'm looking at, and people happen to get in the way. So the story is, Denise, right? Because Jonathan Kleck is talking about Denise, which is my wife's name. I've already seen my name in the news. Robin at Shiloh at Robin Lane, and Robin's son is the mayor's name over Pensacola, Florida. This other mayor's name is Phil Murphy. He's at New Jersey City. Phil Murphy, Phil, and Delhi fire happened in India, and across the street from the Comcast building in Jersey City is the Kosher Deli. It's JC, Jonathan Kleck Kosher Deli. It's there, and it says Go Deli. Once they let the kids go from the school, they're not going to let the 144 go until after everything is finished. So it's for your own protection, just so you know. They are referencing a lot of sexual preferences, and I'm not even going to get into it because, but I can just tell. All right, I can tell that as they're explaining the story. Not only are they explaining what they want to do to, the buttholes of, the people, but they're also explaining where they're going. Where they want to go and where they're actually going are two different places, but the references are identical, okay? Because they're all giving people rear support and closing the entries and the back rear end of the store, the buildings here. Yeah, I can act like that too. I can act, I'm sure, like the biggest moron as I'm reading a script, and that's why it used to get on my nerves severely, but now it's kind of funny because their words don't even make sense as they're talking, and they're trying to sound stupid, and that's what good bad actors do, because they're bad actors, but they're good at acting bad, which makes them a really good bad actor. So Broadman Street is right there with right at John F. Kennedy Boulevard and Wegmans in not New York City, not yet, but New Jersey City, with Martin Luther King Boulevard's right there. Wegmans is there. It's exactly 88.8 miles from there to Philly. It's all about the eights. because Tony Yates, the announcer person, we'll just say the person that is reading its script that it's supposed to have in front of your face, Tony Yates, because it's all about the eights, and it's going to the 8th, into the 7th, into the 8th year. It's heading over to 17th and John F. Kennedy Boulevard, where that's the second part of the street that they're going to block down, because they already started here, and that's their it's like riding a train just all the way west where they're going. So because the very, very close to my wife's last name, the big machine that drives with the yeah, it's like a big machine, cop SWAT team machine. What is that? Frank X Schlerio? Yep. I didn't do it, alright? I'm just telling you right now, just when you hear this story, it'll probably be just in the local news. So check the local news when my channel doesn't upload a video within 1 day. Look, apparently this is the reason why I've done videos every single day. I literally did it because of the notifications. I knew they were messing with people's notifications, so I said, I'll do a video every single day, no matter what. I'll just do a video every single day. And I remember I was looking at the videos yesterday, and then November 16th, I think, or the 26th, I didn't have any videos up. I did the video. I don't know. Maybe I deleted the video before it uploaded or something. I tend to do that sometimes. Like, shit, I just talk for 33 minutes. I don't even know what the hell I said. I'll never get that back. But that is the look. This is, I know, whatever. But this is what they're doing. I am the target here because look, it's just what they're doing. They're heading down JFK Boulevard. That's not that they're actually driving down the entire JFK. The point is, that's the starting point as they get to New Jersey City, which is exactly 8888 away, and that's the path of destruction. And also Broad, because Kleck got on Broadway after the alley, you know, where he got saved. And then he drove down Broadway, and he was going to make a left, but then he made the right, because towards the right is where John F. Kennedy Boulevard and 17th Street is, where he's been doing this ministry for 17 years. So he's at Broadway. He's telling you about the cherry on top. 14B is the exit for the New Jersey Turnpike. 14B, 1400 block of Broad Street and Cherry on top of the Broad Street symbol that shows, you know, like an X. And then 200 yards from that direction is Home Depot 75, the 1400 lighthouse. You got 375 years of William Penn being in existence. You got 243 years of the America and the independence of the Declaration of Independence, I think, was signed. Well, we don't have it anymore. We're not going to have any more independence at this time until it's all over. But that's 200 yards from the spot in the alleyway where there's right directly across from it, straight across Broad Street is Starbucks. That's where Alex drew a dead sheep and Kleck's face on it. I mean, he drew Kleck's face with a dead sheep on that. So they're coming to Philly. That's what they're doing. Once the event happens, they're gonna try to pin it on me. I mean, I've already told people this. I've told people this. They're going to pin it on me. Yep. That's what the plan is. But it's just a plan. You know, it ain't like I've never sat in jail for 3 days before to waiting to get bailed out. It's going to be a pretty damn high bail. I actually think it's going to be $750,000. Wait a minute, how many days is it? From the 100% no lying, 75 days. I know 223 is Carefree Highway. All right, that's where Kleck plans on getting off at on that day, February 23rd, Carefree Highway. There's a shooting that happened right there. I believe the store is, I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 223 Martin Luther King Boulevard. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the Comcast building's right next to that, and so is the Comcast building at 17th and JFK Boulevard in Philadelphia, with the Chase Bank being right there. That's 1628. The address is 1628, but the building itself shows the number 8 on the end, and then on the corner, back corner, it shows 88, just like that microphone back on August 16th when the 3 rice cookers, pressure cookers, were found undetonated or something. The microphones, you know, the PIX 2 second, PIX, Planet X, or, you know, Philadelphia X marks the spot, PL, Phil, because it's an L, or it can be an I. That's how they do it. It's like a transgender letter. It could be either or. And then the second over on the right, second 9/11. I mean, the second woe happening there. You know, the true second woe, because the first one already happened back in 8 years ago. The second woe is coming up as soon as the truth is shut down. Oh, really? Why would you verify my phone number of this device? Google is verifying phone number of this device. Well, I didn't ask you to verify my number there, 24444444. Whatever. So it's a slain police detective. Oh, a father of 5. Okay, so they're waiting it out. The 5th trumpet is going to be blown up, even though the 5th trumpet had already taken place. But I got to tell you what the elite script is. The 5th trumpet is when the abomination of desolation stands in the holy place. First, the truth gets shut down, or the bombs happen. Second 9/11 happens. Philly first, or is it Washington? Is it the White House first? Oh man, I could have swore that guy at 7-Eleven today went to ring a lady up in front of me and said $8.50, $8.48 for a can of raviolis, and she's like, huh? And then oh no, I scanned the wrong thing. I could have swore he said $8.48 for a can of raviolis. He did say that, didn't he? That's real funny, Steve. I mean, look, these are those things where, whatever. When you hear it, you hear it. Was it a coincidence that he said 8:48, as that's the timeline that I'm expecting that first hit to happen at Bank 8 at 8:48? Because it is all about the 8s. It's 8 for 8. 8 for 8. 8:48 a.m. Building 8 on the 8th floor. I'm telling you, it's going to be all about the 8s, the crazy 8s. Tony 8 is the Jersey City script reader. She's a script reader, not a writer, a reader. They only read the script. They do not say anything off the cuff at all, ever. Not once. So check your local news when my channel's not up and you see the event happen in Philly. Because there's no way that they're going to let me just walk around like continuing to record everything. It's kind of detrimental to them, don't you think? Like when you're there, if I happen to be there, anybody that actually catches any real good footage, you know they're taking your damn phone right off you, don't you? They're taking, you're confiscating. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Get out of here. The good thing about this whole thing is this. You can take everything that I have. You can shut down my YouTube channel and take everything that I've ever saved, right? Because you will do that anyway. It's not a surprise. But on top of that, here's the way it works out anyway. I've already said what I needed to say. I've said it to the right people who've heard. The 144 are in place, in high places, in surveillance, and Jonathan Kleck is playing the Messiah. I think maybe you guys might have believed them at first, or at least went along with the program, and now you see that there's no way in hell that you would ever go along with that program. And you know that all you gotta do is just do what's right. Just do what's right. Because with me saying everything and proving everything and showing you timestamps and how they're leading right down John F. Kennedy Boulevard to Philadelphia, to the what do they call it? The Odega, I don't know, the little convenience store, apparently, like some place that sells like the stores that 7-Elevens and Wawa's are putting out of business is what a Odega is, I think. With them referencing the Jersey City, the shooting, referencing Bayview Cemetery, Bayview Cemetery is the baby, the man-child, the baby cemetery. So if you believe the baby is one person, then they're going to kill the man-child. If you believe it's 144, they're going to kill the men-children. Either way, the Pet Go-To takes care of both of them. It takes care of the woman with the head, wounded head, and then does live, but delivered the baby to egg, and then it was devoured. And the Bible says he's looking to devour. It doesn't say he's going to devour, but it does say that they overcome us and they kill us in the streets. But that's just because they're not killing us literally; they're spiritually killing us off of the airwaves, because the Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier is sinking. There's 20 Iranians already circling it, surrounding it over there in the Straits of Hormuz. They're surrounding it, and the Hormuz kind of looks like a sexual compromised position. And they're pretty much telling you that if you were going to be in the area, what they're going to do to you when they capture you and take you, from behind the scenes. Now, they want me to interpret that because they know I will. They know I'll interpret that nobody else is going to think that way, that they're really saying that they're leading you, that every word they're saying is basically a sexual word, but it's also leading you to the next event that they're gonna hit. So they know that I'll interpret it that way, so that's why they talk like that. Look, I got to do what I got to do, no matter what. There's some interesting looking helicopters that are going in that direction. Any more? So even when even when I can't prove any of my circumstantial evidence anymore, well, then they're just gonna have to. They can just upload Kleck's videos, and I'll just go over where I get my information from, all the details. But you know that with the William Penn building, with them saying that they're recording you, I've already been there. My wife's already been there with me, so they already have footage of us there. I keep saying the Pet Sematary. The Bayview Cemetery is where it starts. That's where the two witnesses, two thieves, or the two bank robbers, the male and the female, the two witnesses, you know, Adam and Eve, you are your own two witnesses in your one vessel, because you either choose the Adam or you choose the Eve. It started there, but then there's 1.9 miles of evidence. I don't know how far these places are, but there's 1.9 miles of evidence that they got to track from the Odega. I'll remember it when I see it again. Odega and the baby cemetery. So in between those two areas, there's probably going to be a bank robbery, because I think what is that what you're doing, Steve? Is that the script? Me and my wife are going to be accused of starting the burger, the whatever at Wegmans, and then. But see, the thing is, you have to actually, like, they can dock their videos. They've seen us in Wegmans too before, you know. It ain't like we never went there. But they can dock up the videos, and you can't prove it in the end, but it's enough to get you locked up, is what it is, and to set a really high bail so you don't get out. It's definitely enough to do that. Am I giving you guys ideas? No, I'm just telling you what I feel like your ideas already are. I'm not afraid to say it, because however it happens, it just is. At this point, yeah, I couldn't tell you half the stuff that I said in videos every day. I haven't even been watching the videos. I just don't have time to even do anything besides figure out where the hell you guys are going to be, and then eventually wound your freaking head. Like, publicly have it wounded because what I'm taking out, I'm stomping the serpent's head. And within the serpent's head, there's 144 souls that get freed, just like that. It's like in the Pet Go 2, when it shows the 3 jet fighters flying over and hitting 5 different targets, 5 shots, Philadelphia is definitely one of them. I think Chicago's another one, because there was a guy standing on the corner with Chicago Bears outfit on, with the jersey, shooting, just randomly standing there. So I think look for Chicago to be one of those events too. And Philadelphia and New York, obviously. New York has to be one of them. So when the 5 missiles hit, it's representing the 5th trumpet, and it's representing the 5 places getting hit at the same time. And then you're gonna know it's a second 9/11, because it'll branch off from like 9:03 a.m. and then again at 9:33, a half hour later, with the White House and the William Penn building. And you know, the bank, because look, I'm broke. I mean, you know what do you expect from me? So there's 3 bad, 2 bad and 3 good.
Shooters at this time.
There was some talk about at one point, what is the gunman going on top of roofs and jumping from rooftop to rooftop? Can you talk
Screaming
about
We're
that?
not going to get
rooftops.
into the details of 4 hours of police work, but I can tell you their movement was rapid and continuous for 4 hours within that area.
Sir, could you tell us in relation to the U-Haul vehicle, was that stolen prior to the incident in the
I didn't steal
cemetery,
U-Haul
or,
vehicle either.
Did they hijack that vehicle and then they went onto the bodega, the grocery store?
Detectives are following that information now.
Are the gunmen still alive?
We believe no.
And you said there was a device in the U-Haul?
That is being investigated now.
Do you believe the officers were
They're gonna throw me in a
by,
U-Haul van.
Gunfire from the suspects?
When they
you believe
lock me
any
up.
of the victims may have been hit by
We do.
officers?
We think that this was all bad guy fire.
Even the 3 POAs in the grocery store?
Bad guy fire.
Yes.
Oh,
So can you
What
talk
can you-
about
I'm talking about the supermarket too. They're talking about the supermarket, JC Kosher, but at the same time they're showing Wegmans in the Jersey City shooting with this street sign, and the Wegmans is over here where I live in Warrington. And then if you have no business in Warrington, don't come over here from the Pensacola, Florida shooting. And Kleck mentioned my wife's name, Denise, and then that truck having my wife's last name on there with like off 1 letter. And with me being a dead thief, and you know, everything that Steve had a dream, Martin Luther King had a dream, but he had a dream that I got killed, I got shot at a Home Depot. So which one is it? A Home Depot, is it Wegmans, or is it at the bodega, or the baby cemetery?
Can you tell us about the bad guys? Can you give us age, race?
When we left the crime scene 25 minutes ago, we came down. We rushed down to see Detective Seals and that family, who are mourning right now, and the rest of the crime scene was being handled by
Detective Seals died because he's the one unraveling the seals. That's why he died. Okay.
Deputy chiefs on scene.
Was the detective ever brought to the hospital, or he was pronounced dead at the scene?
I don't know the answer to that.
Sir, where did you say the other 2 officers were hit? In what of the 3 locations?